Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tolu. So I want to talk to you today about how to know if he's the one for you. Now make sure you check out this video I did with my friend Tosin that really breaks this down in a way that will allow you to fully appreciate what I'm about to share with you. Now, Dating to Marry will open soon. Make sure that you are on our wait list so you are one of the first to know when slots open for this program that is going to show you the process to be able to date, attract, and marry the right man. First point I want to make is there's no formula, okay? There's no particular formula that's going to be able to show you how to know the one for you. What there is a process that is specific to your own journey, and it's important for you to be able to understand that process in a way that allows you to filter through the options that you have as you venture out into the dating scene for the purpose of marriage. And that's exactly what I show you how to do in Dating to Marry. Secondly, I want you to understand that if he's the one for you, there's going to be a lot of conviction and confirmation. And this isn't only in the realm of the spirit, it's also very much in the realm of your physical interactions, the way you both are able to, it's as basic as ending each other's sentences, having similar opinions on issues, or even having different opinions, but seeing the light from each other's perspective. That allows you to know that, okay, this is confirming and this is convicting me that this is the right person for me. Now, the third point I want to make is you both will have a conversation that will flow. It's easy for you to get clarity. It's easy for you to be able to see points of connection and growth. And also you see areas where you both have to compromise in a way that causes you to grow as a person and allows him to grow as well. That's another key way to be able to know that this is the right person for you. There's a lot of pursuing. Now, it's not only on his end, but pursuing on your end. Pursuing for a woman is very different from how it looks like for a man. Pursuing for a woman simply means that you are focused towards making sure that both of you are growing in a way that allows your relationship to bloom. Pursuing for a man means he's leading you, he's covering you, he's able to really secure you in the zone of knowing that he is genuinely interested in you and invested in the relationship. How you support him is how you pursue him. Supporting him in his goals, his ambitions, his drive allows you to pursue him in a way that allows him to know that you are accepting of his advances. That is key. Next, it's your values and your vision. Now, your value system and your vision will align in ways that you don't even expect or anticipate. And I have a video all about things you wouldn't know that you should expect in the right relationship for you, so make sure you check it out. But your values and your vision will really align in a way that allows you both to grow, to be able to experience each other in a healthy way that is nurturing of the relationship, and it's not breaking the relationship down, it's not threatening the relationship, it is nurturing of the relationship. Your values, from your faith to your different political beliefs, to your spare time, to your dreams, your goals, will align, and the vision will really start to manifest and take form in ways that amuse you and challenge you in the relationship. Next, when he is the right person for you, you will note that he is very clear on his desire for marriage with you. Now, it's important you understand that when a man desires to marry you, it doesn't look the same way at the start as it looks towards the end, which is the point of marriage. How it looks like at the start could just simply be he wants to talk to you, he's clear about wanting to spend time with you, it's not forced, he is very invested in getting to know you. There's no flakiness on his end. He wants to understand you as a person. He's interested in the little things that you would otherwise dismiss. That's how it looks like as the start. Now, as the relationship progresses, which I show you how it does in Dating to Marry, you will see that that level of interest will evolve. It doesn't mean that he will become more lazy about it, but it will definitely evolve on points of intersection in how both of you interact. So it may be that you now both start, he may become more invested in how your business is operating, you may become more involved in his finances, his family, his career path. Both of you start really discussing tangible, substantial aspects of what you would like to achieve in the future and how it affects both of you presently that is what this looks like. Okay, now the next point I also want to make is it's very practical when it's the right one for you. It's a very practical relationship. It's not perfect. That is another misconception I've seen a lot of Christian women make. The relationship isn't perfect, it is practical. What I mean by that is it is simply a process of getting to understand each other, meeting at points where you can compromise, points where you are connecting, points where you both have conversations that allow you to grow, areas where you're not necessarily comfortable with the nature of the conversations because they are making you feel exposed, but it is for the benefit of the relationship, and he will also feel this as well, and it may affect the way he interacts with you because, you know, maybe based on his background, cultural norms, he struggles to be transparent and be vulnerable, but you can see he's actively working towards that. That is what a practical relationship looks like, and it is going to be purposeful in that sense, which is my last point. The relationship will be focused on a purpose. It's a clear goal towards marriage, and like I've explained, and I really go with you into this in Dating to Marry, marital desires at the beginning of a relationship don't necessarily mirror what it will look like as the relationship progresses, but it is there and it is constant and consistent. So he will have a focus of wanting to pursue you purposefully, and how that will develop in the relationship will be specific to you and your partner. So I don't want you to be looking at other people's examples and using them as concluding points for what you expect of your partner. Examples are great to be able to reflect on how that affects your relationship, but it shouldn't necessarily determine the result of your relationship. So it's important that you understand that difference, because it will really determine how the relationship progresses and moves towards purpose. Okay, and then I will throw this in there. God is very much involved. He will make it clear to you. Trust me, if God doesn't want you to be in that relationship, you will know, right? You will know very clearly. And I have loads of podcast episodes detailing this. If you want to check out our podcast, I have different interviews with clients, with people with different experiences. You can check the link to our podcast below. But I do want you to understand that God will be very involved and invested in how you progress with this person. And it's important that you pray at each particular point of the relationship, even when you don't feel like praying, because prayers have a staying power that beats anything in life, right? They have a staying power. They have a tenacity that speaks for you even when you're trying to speak against yourself. What I simply mean by this is when you tell God, I don't want to be with somebody that you don't desire from me, even if you grow to love that person, your prayer is going to speak in a manner that will counteract your feelings, because prayers operate by faith, not feelings, and our flesh and our spirit are not in alignment at all. You sit down, you go over the points that I have made, because it's going to really help you to understand how to know if he's the right one for you. If you want to work closer with me and really get into the process of dating to attract the right man for you, make sure you're on our Dating to Marry waitlist, and check out the previous video that I did with my dear friend Tolu, where she shares her experience and she details how to know he is the one for you. Now make sure you check out these other videos, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, make sure that as you're listening to this video, you understand that there's no perfect formula. There is a process, and I show you that process in a way that is particular to you in Dating to Marry. This walk of knowing the right person for you is going to involve pursuing on your end and his end. You have to be practical with your desires. The relationship will be purposeful. There will be vision, there will be values, there will be clarity, there will be points of connection, there will also be points of compromise, and this will allow you to know if he's the right one for you, because God will not let you move further than his will. So I hope to see you next time, and make sure that you're on the Dating to Marry waitlist and you're in our masterclass. Until next time, bye.